ねえ、まこちゃんのことどう思う？
That's the first thing Sada asks once we're outside.
どうって？可愛い後輩だと思ってるけど。
それだけ？
She's just checking to see if I have an ulterior motive. Well, I have nothing to hide.
道具への同情もあるかな。昼間も話したけど、母さんのことを思い出しちゃう。
女の子？
それはないよ。
じゃあ、付き合ってる人とか。
なんだよ、急。
First person that comes to mind is Ku. Yeah, I like her, but that's just because I find her likable and easy to get along with. Doesn't feel like a romantic relationship. Also, she's not real.
今はなんで嘘を言わなくちゃならないんだよ。
I just thought of asking me that anyway. She actually into me or something? What if she is? Crap, just thinking about it is making me bashful.
だからなんで目を背けるわけ？まさか私に気があったりするんじゃないでしょうね。
なわけあるか。今までの関係を振り返って惚れるような要素があったかよ。
だよね。
Been a total mess since the start. Romance between us is about as likely as Ku leaving cyberspace and coming here to reality. Oh, so that is what's gonna happen then. Okay, cool. I'm just a bit perplexed because Ku and Soda look alike. That's what I'll believe to calm myself down.
なんなんだよ。
じゃあ、担当直入に聞くけど、渚さんと菜の葉ちゃんをどう思ってるの？
そりゃ女友達と幼馴染。
あの二人、きっとこう好きだよ。
そうなの。
見え見え。
It's obvious.
っていうか、まさか君気づいていなかったの？
いや、なんとなく感じることはあるけど。
聞けばいいじゃないの。
そんな勘違いだったらそれで関係が崩れちゃうのも怖いし。
とりあえずどちらかと付き合ってみるのはダメなの？
とりあえずなんて。
I mean, that is kind of what we've already done with Chinatsu, but you know.
だいたい好きってのもよくなのに告白なんかするのって失礼じゃないか？
Whoa, what the hell am I saying?
それが嫌なんだよ。本音を見せても笑われるだけだろ。
違うよ。むしろ恋の笑みかな。
そうなのか？
She makes an amiable smile. I don't really get it, but it's taken away some of my bashfulness.
まあよかった。両天秤かけて楽しんでるわけじゃないんだね。
当たり前だ。そんな器用なことができたらきっともっと楽に人生を生きてるよ。
Now she smiles cheerfully while squinting her eyes. Looking at her face makes me realize just how many kinds of smiles there
ロ
are.
マンチストっていうか、意外と純情派だったんだね。
偉そうに。そういうお前はどうなんだよ。
残念ながら私は見た目通りの清純派ロマンチストですから。
そこは普通こう見えてもって言うとな。だったら誰か好みの男が見つかるといいな。
ありがとう。じゃあどっちが先に恋人ができるか競争だね。
Okay, but who wins if you get into a relationship with each other? How does that work? Did you just call it a draw? Is there a tiebreaker? Her untainted smile seems to shine under the moonlight. I think this is the first time I've talked about love with someone other than Aki. And we actually talked like longtime friends.
さて、そろそろ戻るか。
あ、待って、あと一つだけ。
Soda calls out to me before I can enter the dorm.
まこちゃんは君に興味があるみたい。それは恋っていうより憧れみたいなものだと思う。だからまこちゃんを幻滅させたり傷つけたりはしないであげてね。
もちろんさ。そう言うってことは引っ越してくるってこと？
うん。せっかくできた絆は大切にしなくっちゃね。
絆か。ちょっと臭い気もするけどいい言葉だよな。
That's a bit cringy, but okay.
あのね、いい言葉を臭いとか思うのは素直じゃないっていうか。
ああ、どうせ俺はひねてるよ。いいよな、空は。バカみたいにひねてなくて。
バカは余計。
A simple quarrel, we return to the dorm.
おーい、風呂が沸いたぞ。
Went on to prepare a bath for our guests. I'm such a good boy. It's not even my turn to do it. I open the door and see Soda hugging Makoto and sleeping. It's a charming sight. Makoto looks kinda happy too. I reach out to put a blanket over them, but then my eyes stop on Soda's lower body. Her skirt's up, exposing her pale thighs and cute pink panties. Those legs are so slender and beautiful, and her round butt is just the right size.
確かにエッチなのかもな。
I look away from it so quickly you can almost hear it. I cover Soda's lower body and then leave the living room. Man's gotta go crank hog real quick. Once I'm back in my room, I push my hands against the wall and take some deep breaths. My chest's still pounding. Feels like the scene from before is burned into my eyes. I need to do something to distract myself. Checking my inbox should work. Oh. I nonchalantly open it.
ちゃんとお風呂入った？今頃は寂しい思いをしてるんじゃないかな？
Hey yo. I panicked and closed the mail. Now reopen it.
あんにゃの目。相変わらず無駄に大きな胸をしやがって。
Damn her and her needlessly big tits. Oh shit, dude. I escaped to my bed, but I can't sleep like this. Time goes by without anything happening. The arousal has subsided a bit, but I'm also fully awake. Crank hog. Or I guess you can go into your simulacrum. Me personally, I'd be cranking hog, but you know. To distract myself, I visit the virtual grassland. I walk up to Ku and see that she's sleeping as peacefully as Soda was. She moves around a bit and slowly opens her eyes. She rubs her eyes, looks up at me, then beams. She jumps up and clings to me. Ku makes a satisfied sound and rubs her cheek against mine. She nods to say that I'm completely right. She then acts like a cat and rubs her cheek against my chest. Whoa. That just kind of left my mouth. She then brings her face closer. Feel something wet in my cheek. She just kissed me without warning. She looks just like Soda, but man are they different. Though they're both carefree and cheerful, so maybe they're actually just like each other. Though, what would happen to me if Soda kissed me? Crap, why am I imagining something like that? I just recently got a kiss from Chinatsu. Damn it. She suddenly starts stretching out my cheeks. Her smile feels like it has deeper meaning. Is it my own guilty conscience, or does she understand how I feel? Hey. She really does seem to be on some sort of high today. It's like she was infected by Soda's boundlessness. She's still being friendly with me, but I swear she wasn't this assertive before. As I think that, she brings her cheek to my face. The sadness in her face as she looks at me makes it impossible for me to refuse. Should I actually kiss her? Ku's soft-looking cheek is right in front of me. And beyond her, I see Ku looking at me. Or is the cyberspace glitching? Looks like there are two Kus. Wow, that was what I was expecting. Ku in the distance speaks with a shaky voice.
女の子相手にみだらなことをしてるなんてどういうつもりよ門倉子
Hold on. No way. It can't be.
お前まさか
見ればわかるでしょそれ以外の何者だって言うのよ白を切ろうったってそうはいかないわよ
お前なんでここにいるんだ
私はさまよい出したまこちゃんを追いかけてって近寄らないでよこの辺
I see how it is. Akira doesn't see security, so she tends to get lost in cyberspace a lot. She must have wandered into Aki's space. That doesn't explain how Soda was able to get into Aki's private space.
私が知るわけないでしょ
Wait, did Aki really code a botched program? That seems unlikely. Though there's no point in thinking about it now. Anyway, this might be a bit...
あなたもどこの誰だか知らないかよ
And so two girls with the same face look at each other's faces.
どこかで見たことあるような
Ku places her finger on her chin and looks at Soda from up close. Tense as hell, I just watch it play out. It's about all I can do.
何 私は空だけど。サラ、サラ。
I don't know what she's thinking, but Ku suddenly hugs her.
ちょっと。
It's like I'm watching twins hug each other. I watch them, a bit overwhelmed, and Sora pushes Ku away and asks,
この子、なんなの？
NPC だよ。でも誤解するなよ。決していい。
Before I can finish talking, Ku clings to
おい
me.
ちょっと誤解しないで。これは
そうじゃなくて、ちょっと黙って。
Sora folds her arms in thought. Ku does nothing besides rub her cheek on me. An NPC that looks like Sora is fawning on me in front of Sora herself. I have no idea what to make of this weird situation. Sora suddenly puts her hands together, then takes out a hand mirror.
この子ってまさか私と同じ顔してない？
This stupid bitch.
気づくの遅っ。
As Sora and I stare at each other dumbfounded, Ku goes between us like an eclipse.
やめろ。あのな、そらキスが挨拶。
しかも私と。
いや違う。うわく
Try to explain, but Ku stops me with an embrace.
離れなさい。
おいそら。
触らないでったば。
Sora gives me my second knockdown, making me lie on the virtual grass. Enter the chapel and look
そ
around.
らはいないか。
I don't really care about her, but I don't really want this misunderstanding on me. Looking for Sora, I shift my gaze to the goddess statue.
あ
The blonde girl is here again. Last time I couldn't get a good look at her face because Sora called out to me while I was consumed by her aura. I don't have the guts to look at her from the front, but I do recall from the glimpse I got that her face was angelic. She's probably way out of my league. There's no way we'd ever be friends or anything more. Even so, I want to see her face at least. I move to a place where I can see her face. For a moment, I see her scared face, but she instantly looks away. Did I stare too much? Or did the way I stared actually come off as creepy?
そんなに怖がらないで。
失礼します。
The girl runs out of the chapel.
何も逃げなくてもいいのに。
Is that rain?
下心を読まれたみたいだな。
I look and see my buddy giving me a weird smile.
いつからそうだっ
ずっといたよ。どうやら女の子以外は
I don't even have a response.
積極的になったのはいいけど、羽目を外し
た。さあか。別にナンパしたいわけじゃない。俺はただどんな子なのか知り。
友達になって話す。
そうそれ。いろいろ話がしたいだけなんだよ。
その口説き文句を
だからそう。
Suddenly, someone opens the door with a great force.
誠ちゃんどうしたの？
ひょっとしてな。
空に何かあったのか？
Leaving all else aside, I follow Makoto to the location.
大勢を相手に喧嘩なんて。
Makoto's on the verge of crying, but I was able to calm her down enough for her to tell me what's up. Apparently, Sora picked a fight with Makoto's bullies again.
無茶すんなよ。
I run so fast I outrun Makoto, the one showing me the way.
空ってえ？
Come to find the battle already over.
お姉ちゃん、ああ、平気、なんともないから。
むしろこっちの怪我の方が心配だ。
Sora's surrounded by several girls lying on the ground. Did she actually beat them all?
あ、それなら大丈夫。ちゃんと急所は外したらしい。
This is fine, they're not in critical condition.
らしい。これみんな空がやっちゃった。
And don't act like you're not
あ
involved.
のね、私がそんな
そんななん
なんだよ。つまりそうなんだよって言おうとしたわけで。
言い方はどうでもいい。
Well, I'm just glad she's not
あ
hurt.
なた、ひょっとして私を。
まあな、まさか空がこんなに強いと思ってなかった。
それは。
She almost says something, but then just falls silent and stares into my face. Looking at her large eyes makes me kind of bashful.
ねえ、あなたと私もどうして助けに来てるの？先輩、お姉ちゃん。
誠ちゃんが泣きそうになってたからだよ。
私だって別にあなたに心配されたくない。
いやちょっと。
私だってちょっと。
The moment Makoto gets even the tiniest bit sad, they're just like, I mean, okay, I was kind of worried, and yeah, okay, maybe I'm a little happy to see him, whatever.
俺は喧嘩。
そんなの私だって。
As an awkward silence falls upon us, Makoto sits next to a nearby tree and closes her eyes.
誠ちゃん？
ネットに潜ったのよ。あそこでならマコちゃんは言葉を伝えられるから。
ほど。
私と一緒にネットに入るの。そんなに伝えたいことがあるんだね。
Soda and I sit next to her and dive. We find Makoto waiting for us.
別に喧嘩ったって。
そうよね。まこちゃん。
Strong surge of thought humbles both me and Soda.
PC 力なんですよね。それはお姉ちゃん、コウ先輩許してあげて。私コウ先輩のあの子変なんじゃなくて
I promise it's not in a weird way.
コウ先輩のどうかお姉ちゃん怒らない。
Makoto is being fully sincere. She suddenly bows to us.
ちょっと。
まこちゃん、あのね、お姉ちゃんに頭なんか下げなくても。私、サラギ寮の皆さんが大好き。
She looks at Soda's face with sadness in her eyes. She looks at my face with a troubled expression. I imagine I look no different. Silence continues for a while before
仕方がないよ。
she finally sighs and sticks her hand
仕
out.
方がないな。
I take the hand.
よかった。
We return to reality. Makoto stares at us as if expecting something.
あー、すまなかったな。
We take each other's hand and shake on it again. This is a sign of restored friendship. It's an embarrassingly cliched scene, but Makoto is happy with it.
よかった。
A full smile. Seeing it makes me feel like the embarrassment wasn't for nothing. Soda seems to feel the same way, as evidenced by her faint smile. I realize that there's a few students looking at us with curious eyes. At one end, there's a girl with shining golden hair.
あの子。
Before I can see her face, she turns around and goes away.
なんだこりゃ。
まさかまた喧嘩だって言うから、これあんたたちがやったの？
え？ああ、うわ、忘れてた。
まこちゃん、早く保健の先生を。
Aboard? Oh. Wake up feeling like I was just punched or someone was drowning me. After a few coughs, air starts flowing to and from my lungs.
注意、大丈夫ですか？
Clearly not. I look up and see Rain leaning over my console. Her hair is a mess and she's pressing the red emergency logout button. Rain gently ends my neurojack connection to the console.
コウさん。
She then wraps her hands around my back to help me get up. She's clinging hard. Her scent is sweet. Her chest touched, she places her chin on my shoulder.
よかった。本当によかった。間に合って。
What did I miss?
どういうこと？敵のマインドハックは。
すべての力を使い切って、コウさんはフラットラインしかサポートできなければそのまま。
Being the enemies made me let my guard down. I was this close to never waking up.
すまない。起こしてくれたんだな。ありがとう。
I expressed my gratitude by hugging her back. Her long golden hair slips through my fingers. She doesn't move and just accepts my touch. I want this to go on for hours, but
サポートボタンの機能がいい。
hesitantly pull myself away from her.
危なかったです。コンソール経由で命を救われましたね。
先生の忠告は
先生の忠告？
昔教わったんだ。ネットに深入りするならワイヤードを使えってね。
Rain keeps me from getting up and pushes a jet syringe against my skin.
申し訳ありません。彼らが注意を狙っているのを予測できなくて。
謝らないでくれ。レインの言う通りにアーバルシティにとどまっていればこんなことには。
My head hurts. I can barely see, and I still have trouble breathing. I had no idea that mind hacks were this bad.
コウさん、立ち上がらないでください。フラットラインになりかけたんですよ。
でもすぐに逃げないと。
分かっています。
Rain administers the medicine in the jet syringe. Put some life into my damaged body.
立てますか？
大丈夫。十分いけるさ。
Take her hand and she helps me out of the console. We're wandering through the night city. We avoid the security cameras all around and hide whenever there's a VTOL above us.
連中はもう俺たちを追ってきているのか。トレーサーはつけられていないはずだけどな。
そうですね。断線してアクセスポイントのアドレスも変わりましたから、彼らの向かう先はまず注意の肉体のあった場所、つまりネットカフェになるはずです。
コンソール経由でもう一つ助かったわけか。
静かに。監視カメラです。カメラ本体は暴動で破壊されていますが、
Rain lowers her voice and switches to chanting.
まさかいきなりマインドハックを仕掛けてくるなんてな。
ジルベルトがマインドハックを仕掛けたんです。私にはどうしても信じられない。
確かに前兆もなくアイスを1枚破ってく相当のホットドガーじゃなきゃ無理だ。
私たちの通信にも
奴が自分でやったのか、それともバックにとんでもない奴がついているのか考えてもわからないな。今は忘れよう。
But if they're actually that capable, they could easily use the mics in the city to eavesdrop on us. Man, that's an unpleasant idea.
これからどうする？
とりあえずノリ先生の分に向かいましょう。
We run through the empty streets and sneak through the reeking back alleys.
金村注意。レイン、聞こえるか？
Suddenly, Noi calls us
何
both.
ですか先生？
診療所に近づくな。監視？相手はわからん。まあ、武装しているのは確かだな。
We're actually being looked for by an unknown enemy. Feels like the whole city is against us. I'm scared that an armed soldier could jump out from behind a corner at any second.
わかりました。教えていただきありがとうございました。せっかく治した患者に死なれてはたまらんからな。じゃあ、グッドラック。
Noi cuts the comms and Rain puts her finger on her jaw in thought.
いいえ、それは危険でこうなったら奥の手を使います。
奥の手？
はい。ついていってください。
Change course and run through the alley.
レイン、ここなのか？
It's Suzushiro's arcology, Midspire. You could say that this gigantic building is the city's main body. It's basically a small country, and as such, it has a border you need to cross. There's a giant line at the gate, and it doesn't seem to be moving at all.
無理だレイン。入国審査を通過できっこない。
She doesn't say anything to me. Instead, she just talks to the absolutely free reception device next to the
滞
line.
在許可を願います。フィアンセと私。
申請は許可されました。
おいおい、申請が許可って。
Rain doesn't answer and just goes to the gate.
あ、ちょっと待って。
Chase after her. Beyond the short tunnel at the border, I find a whole new world.
うわ。
Yeah, whoa is right, goddamn. I can't help but voice my surprise. First thing that comes to mind is a stadium, but even one of those is too small compared to this. There's an entire floored city with a dazzling white design. It's futuristic in a different way to Arvel City. It's orderly, clean, somewhat cold. The open passages are filled with people who seem well off. I don't see a single hobo, hooker, or soldier.
ここがミッドスパイアか。
Taken aback by the sight, I step forward from the gate.
市民番号256霧島レイン様、お帰りなさいませ。
Welcome back. Oh, you were already a citizen, huh? A machine message speaks a familiar name.
市民番号。
鈴代環境建築庫が私のふるさとです。
With the dazzling city expanding behind her, Rain says that with a sad tone. Okay, okay. I enter the room Rain led me to and go to sleep almost immediately. My consciousness is blacking out. It's like a mild death. It reminds me of the feeling you get when diving. As I let the pleasant dark take me over, I see a girl at the edge of my vision. Sora? Or Ku? No, she looks like them, but she's something different. But she's not an ARC NPC either. Who are you? She looks into my eyes as if she has something to say, and I look back as if drawn in. In her eyes, I see a familiar blonde girl. That's... The moment I become aware of that, my vision is overwhelmed by a blue sky. Running. This isn't my consciousness. Feeling like I'm in a dream, I'm running as fast as I can. This isn't a scene I ever saw. There's blue sky above, and the grass-scented wind tickles my sweaty body. It's a nostalgic sight, though. Oh, I see. So this is a dream. My body is hot, and the intense breathing is a bit more high-pitched than normal. Who is that? My neck and back are repeatedly hit by long hair. It doesn't belong to me. This isn't me, but... I'm running as fast as I can. My heart's beating fast. It's hard to breathe, yet my body doesn't even try to stop. I'm hurting, but not because I'm running. I let the heart-rending feeling take me over. I'm running as if to shake this pain off. Despite my state, I reflexively stick the landing after bumping into someone. My hands touch the ground, reducing the force of the impact. I get up on my knees and look around. Someone else is on the ground too. Looks like this is the person I bumped into.
すみません。前をよく見て。私は平気。君こそ大丈夫？立てる？
We take each other's hands and stand up, and I finally see the person's face. It's a girl. She's surrounded by several other girls I don't know. They all have stern faces. Doesn't look like they're pleasant people.
ごめん、ちょっと下がってて。今から私、6対1で大立ち回りをしなくちゃいけないから。まさか喧嘩を？
The very idea of fighting makes me scared. It sends shivers down my spine, both physically and metaphorically. I'm against violence, and the idea fills my mind like heavy lead.
事情はよく、それはこの連中に言ったよね。私は降りかかるスノコを払ってるだけなんだから。それはスノコではなく。
I don't know how to react to this, but I'm growing less tense by the moment. My ability to think returns, so does a bit of courage.
やはり暴力はいけま。
I try pushing my idea
ちょっ
again.
とあんたには関係ないだろ。第一お前みたいなよそ者が
さっさとどこかあんたも痛い目を見たいのか
That's enough to break my courage. This is scary. My legs are shaking and it feels like I'm about to collapse.
そこには関係ないでしょ。誰かで構わず喧嘩ふっかけるつもりなら。
だとこら喧嘩売ってきたのあんたの方だろ。
そんなもの販売なんかしてないわよ。私はただマコちゃん。
The girls ignore me and get into some sort of argument again. They stop caring about me at all. Calms me down and stops my shaking. Despite that, I haven't left. I'm unable to look away from the girl, arguing without backing down despite the odds. Before I know it, I take a step forward.
やめましょう。喧嘩はやっぱり。
I stand before the one girl and face the other 6. Doesn't like me at all. They all glare at
ちょ
me.
っと君。
I'm scared. So scared. I don't even know why I'm doing something like
あ
this.
んた邪魔なんだよ。
But even so, I don't move. I'm not giving up on standing here.
でも私は。
Tears fill my eyes. The feelings filling my chest almost crush me.
せっかく。
I mutter those words. I can't stop myself. The feelings are overflowing.
何よわけわかんないこと。いいからあんたどきなさいよ。
She reaches for my arm. I'm still scared. Very scared, but my strong emotions fire up my senses. My body moves on its own. It feels like everything is in slow motion. My heart beats and I grab her hand. A flash. Like a ray of light, I move in an arc and redirect the power of her attack. After the scream, time goes back to normal. The girl is now lying on the ground. Oh no. Did I overdo it?
こいつ
Before I can even apologize, the other girls attack me.
ごめんなさい。許して。
From there, I lose control of my mind, my body, as it dodges the punches and redirects their grabs, among other things.
ごめんなさい。
Jeez. Silence returns. I slowly look around and see some girls lying on the ground.
だからやめてくださいと。
None of the others attacked. They just left their friends and ran off.
すごいすごい。これって柔道？それとも合気道ってやつ？
The lone girl applauds me.
まあ昔。
My cheeks are hot. I can't look at her properly. Though surprised, the girl is smiling. But I myself can't believe what I've done here. I'm surprised, but also embarrassed. My chest feels
と
warm.
にかくありがとう。おかげで助かっちゃった。
She looks directly into my
正
face.
直どうやって逃げようか焦ってたの。6対1なんて勝てっこないもん。
Carefree, cheerful smile. It heals me and makes the pain in my chest go away.
ねえところであなたはここの学園生じゃないみたいだけど。あーっと責めているんじゃないってば。私は学園で人を区別なんてしない。もっともあなたが気にするなら別だけど。いえそんな全然気にしません。よかった。
The girl smiles, lighting a small flame in my chest. Grants me courage. My heart is warm. I'm actually happy that she's smiling for me.
私水月空。であなたお名前は？
Right. My name is... Chicka Slim Shady. The phone next to the sofa is telling me to pick it up. Wait, a phone? Oh, that's old school. I hide from the noise by burying my head in the pillow. Whoever this is, he has business with Rain. The noise suddenly ends.
おはようございます。ゴース。
I open my eyes and see Rain smiling at me while pushing down the phone's hook.
おはよ
I get up and see a shiny floor. The pristine room is decorated with pots of green plants. Suddenly remember that Rain led me into
う。
Midspire.
それにしても
It seems to be Rain's dad's secondary residence. The furniture here really surprised me. It's not quite extravagant, but it's still a fancy place. You'd need some good income to live in a place like this in real life.
ここに来るのは
She becomes gloomy.
父が私の住民登録を抹消している可能性がありましたし、他の理由で私の帰郷が拒絶される可能性もありました。それに市民であることを打ち明ければ、なぜミッドスパイアに戻らないかを。
つまりここに戻ってこられない、いや戻ってきたくない理由があったわけだ。
それほど大した理由ではありません。単に
Her response is curt, but it's probably more complicated than that. I'm curious,
コ
but...
ーヒーでもいかがですか？
Oh, hell yeah. She ends the conversation, presents me with a porcelain cup.
ああ、ありがたくいただく。
It's good. It's actual, real coffee. This makes me remember just how powdery and bitter the coffee in town was.
よくお休みでしたね。
いや、疲れが溜まってたのかな。
それが普通ですよ。
そう言われりゃそう。そういえば変な夢を見たよ。
I had a dream I was you. Can you believe that shit? Crazy, right?
懐かしい人が出てくるんだけど、会っているのは俺じゃないんだ。
不思議なものです。昨べは私の方も
故郷に戻ってきたんだからな。
そうなのかもしれま
Rain squints and smiles. The way she's handling her cup, raised fingers and all, is very
せん。な
refined.
んとなくコウさんの気持ちがわかります。
レインの夢、この家に住んでた頃のこと。
この家にはあまりいい思い出がありません。父は留守がちで、私はいつも母と二人で暮らしていま
お
した。
母さん。
はい。エイダママ、母はあまり心の強い人ではありません。
Ada. So her full name would be Ada Kirishima. I gotta say, whenever Rain talks to the past, she always looks extremely sad. I guess this place is just making it worse. Perhaps I'd feel the same way if I went to the real Minami Asaka, yeah. The place where me and Mom
も
lived.
う昔のことはどうでもいいのです。昔の私には灰色のクリスマスでお別れ。
強いな。
強くならなければ生き残れませんでしたから、私もコウさんも。
Rain looks into my face. Right. We didn't come here to reminisce. I need to take steps to regain my
さ
past.
て、これからどうするか。そうだ、レイン。ジルベルトについて何か分かったことないか。
I had Rain look at the battle logs last night. I had no intention of just backing down after getting mind hacked. If we can track down Gilbert's mystery squad, we might be able to strike back at
そ
him.
うですね。エージェントを通じてジルベルトとその所属部隊について解析と紹介を続けていますが、傭兵部隊であることなどはしかし彼らは傭兵組合にも登録されていないのです。モグリの仲介業者から業務を請け負う非公式部隊。構成も規模も部隊名称すら詳細は不明です。
そうか。でもエージェントがうまく調査を進めてくれればいつかは何か分かりそうだな。
そうですね。さあ、食事にでも出かけませんか？
That reminds me that I'm really hungry. I didn't even have any dinner last night.
ミッドスパイアにも気の利いた店ってあるのかい？
食料は豊富なはずですよ。少なくとも合成品のオートミールは食べなくて済む。
そりゃ楽しみだ。
Rendezvous. Who are we rendezvousing with? Once outside, I see a terraced layered city. All layers are covered in green. There's even a small waterfall flowing down through each of them, reflecting the dazzling light.
人工の陽光か。屋内のくせに外より明るいのも不思議な話だよな。
ミッドスパイアにはスペースコロ
Oh,
ニ
she
ー
has
が
a
使わ
hat
れ
now.
るはずだった技術が分
スペースコロニーか。過ぎ去った人類の夢だな。
Space program designed to permanently establish mankind outside of Earth began the previous century and is now on hold for monetary and political reasons. People had many arguments over how to win a future for mankind living on this dying planet, many of which resulted in bloodshed.
中央集権的な AI での全体主義を目論んだ人 ち、宇宙にコロニーを築き生活圏の移住を主張した人たち、みんな過去の存在になりつつある。
おまけにナノマシンでの環境再生も頓挫して、残ったのは生活の基盤を仮想に移し現実逃避してしまった人たちか。
そしてそうした科学技術を放棄することで、それも同様に現実逃避に違いありません。ここもある意味取り残されつつある場所。ここの本質はゲーテッドコミュニティそのものですから。
A gated community. An idealistic space created by removing everything besides the appropriate inhabitants. Yeah, this place is pretty, but the beauty seems to hide an inhuman kind of fragility and coldness.
アナン市長のやつもこんなところに住んでいるんだ。
Right. I'm just trying to remember. We're going after Anan because he has some kind of connection to Drexler, which was the institute behind the outbreak that led to Grey Christmas. Right. So, right, we're going after Anan, and that's why we have people after us. Is because we've made it clear we're going after the mayor. We were given a chance to turn around and abandon the pursuit, but we're like, nah, not gonna do that.
悪徳を中に持ち込まねば問題になることはありませんから。
She suddenly brings herself closer and wraps her arm around mine.
おい、レイン。
私たちは名目上フィアンセということになっています。
There are small security robots patrolling above us. I guess I should follow the lead of the person familiar with Midspire.
そうだな。じゃあミッドスパイアの中を案内。
Yeah. We go down the layers and arrive at a clean downtown with a brick road decorated with trees.
ここは本当に治安がいいみたいだな。
There are unbroken vending machines, and the shops are displaying their goods without any sort of security. Feels unnatural. Even though I've left Suzushiro, it feels like Suzushiro hasn't left me.
銃器もナイフもなしにうろつくのが寂しく感じられるようになっちゃったよ。
同感です。が仕方がありません。銃器の所持が発覚すれば逮捕は間違いありませんから。
As she answers, I look at her clothing, which makes her look like an actual high-class lady. Wonder if it looks like we're on a date. That's probably what the passersby think. I feel like I might forget my situation if I stay here too
コ
long.
ウさん、ところで朝食は何にしましょうか。
Pancakes.
そうだな。
Pancakes.
そうですね。ならば和食の店にしませんか。
Okay. Well, no,
家
okay.
庭料理風の食事を出してくれる店もあるはずです。
I've seen some Japanese restaurants that make like fluffy pancakes that look fucking phenomenal, alright? Like, there's still hope for pancakes.
そりゃいいや。サンマの塩焼きにきんぴらごぼう。ちょっと贅沢に刺身なんかもいいかもな。
刺身というと魚を生で食べるあれです。
刺身がどうか。
非常時でもある前に生肉を食べるなんて不衛生です。
どうしてと問われても、レインは刺身を食べたことはないのか。
まさかそんな野蛮な苦痛でも起こしたらどうするのですか。
She shivers and shakes her
野
head.
蛮ってあのな。レインはどんな食生活を送ってきたんだ。
Pancakes?
注意こそもしかして動物の肉まで未加工で食べたりはしていないでしょうね。
No, I'm pretty sure fish is like the only one that.
ああ、馬刺しなんて
Never
最
mind.
高だね。
I don't know what the fuck basashi is.
馬刺し。
馬の刺身。
What? Huh?
そっとするようなことか。
What?
レインもこの国の出身なんだろ。
周囲が愛らしい女さん、しかも生のままでかじりついて運命的なセンスのある方と思っている。
そりゃどうもすいませんでしたね。
We look at each other, both weirded out. And then we just laugh. Anyway,
話の
pancakes.
元にこうさん、どこかお店に入りませんか。
Pancakes.
見ろよレイン。あの店刺身定食がメニュー。
いけません。注意が規制中にでもか。
大丈夫だって。レインも騙されたと思って食ってみればきっとやみつきになるからさ。
Should have gone for the pancakes.
そんなに生肉が食べたいのですか。
ああ、レインと一緒に好物を食べたい。
I like it raw, baby.
そ そこまでおっしゃるのならお供します。努力はしますが、喉を通らぬ粗相をしでかしても。
わかった。
The observation robot's probably bored by now. It's a shame, but I'll have to give up on the sashimi. Take Rain to the nearest restaurant. By the time we finish eating and walk out, it's a little before noon.
いつの間にか。
ああ、ここは時間の感覚がおかしくなりそうだな。
I look up and cover my eyes from the artificial sunlight. It has no warmth and there's no blue sky there. The wind is artificial too, and it seems to have a unique smell.
ハイライズに行きますか？最上階に近い階層なら天然の陽光を拝めますよ。
いや、どうせ見えるのは曇天の空なんだろ。
それはそうなんですが、しばらくここに住めばそんな空でも喜んで見に行くように。
そうかもな。宇宙船の中で暮らしているようなものだろうからな。
宇宙船と違って物資の量は豊富ですけどね。どこか買い物に寄っていきませんか？
何か入り用のものでもあるのか。
いえ、特に必要なものはただもう少しこうして。
Rain is being strangely untalkative.
そうだな。もっとデートしよう。
今さらデートなど。ただ私は注意の気分転換になれば。
I was just joking, but she becomes all red. Now this is charming. Makes me smile too.
何をニヤニヤなさっているのです？
いや、ただ俺はレインとデートしたかったのに残念。確かにいい気分転換になりそうだ。
はい、喜んでお供いたします。
Rain suddenly beams. I present my arm and she wraps hers around it. She pulls it closer, putting it between her voluptuous breasts.
じゃあ行こうか。
Feeling kinda happy, I walk with her through the downtown. The shops at the sides are selling piles of food. Everything seems pristine, and there are loads of these places.
こうして見ていると食料不足なんてまるで嘘みたいに思えるな。
The fact that there are barely any customers has me curious, though.
デモンストレーションの意味もあるのでしょう。下界の食料事情はこことは全く無関係と。
The sweet smell tickles my nose. There's a wagon full of colorful fruits and veggies.
見ろよ、オレンジにリンゴ、バナナやメロンまでこんなに。
I start acting like a little kid.
果物だけではありませんよ。ほら、このトマトにレタス。
Forget your fucking vegetables, alright?
あ
Lame ass.
あ、菜の葉がいたらおい。
My nonchalant words make Rain's expression turn gloomy. Makes me all
今
sentimental.
度会ったらリアルでの場所を聞き出して。
I shake away the negative feelings and force a bright smile.
ぜひそうしてあげましょう。きっと大喜びで美味しいお料理を作ってくれますよ。
Rain's smiling
コ
again.
ウさんは幸せ者です。今時あれほど家庭的な女性は珍しいですから。
Yeah, unfortunately for her, she's like the one I'm the least interested in. Well, no, that would probably be Makoto because she's like very much a literal child. I don't care how much they say, like, oh yeah, no, she's like the same age as the rest of the group. Like, no. Seems a bit awkward though.
手料理ならここでだって食べられるさ。
That's exactly why I say that.
ああ、と言いますと。
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. If someone were to make
レインが
a
料理すればいいじゃないか。
私がですか？
She opens her mouth
あ
wide.
のですね、コウさん。嫌がらせとかではないですよね。寮の一件で私。
She seems upset.
それはそう。
Nano's a gentle person, and it's rare for her to chase someone out of the kitchen. Besides Rain, the only other one to achieve that was Sora. Rain also said that she refused her bridal training.
それだけはたとえご命令とあっても承諾。
If Rain's as bad at cooking as Sora, I'm setting myself up for something terrible. However, I don't care about that anymore.
味とか関係なくレインの手料理が食べたいんだ。俺たちはフィアンセだろ。二人の夜を過ごすなら愛情たっぷりの手料理が欲しい。
それはそうですが、しかし愛情ですか？
そう味や見てくれなど問題にならない。
I'm being pretty absurd right now. It was actually embarrassing to say that. Rain becomes red and falls silent.
何？
コウさん、私を困らせて喜んでいるのではないでしょうね。趣味が悪すぎます。本当に。まったく男の子ですか、あなた。
She's basically saying that I'm being a brat.
別に困らせたかったわけじゃなく。
I was actually being
だ
honest.
として 私の手料理の味見をしてください。私が一人で作ります。まずいと言っても今日は
And I
勘
won't
弁
put
しなさい。
any love into it, fucker.
わかりました。
ああ、では早速材料を調達に向かう。
By the time we finish walking around downtown and get everything we need, it's already 3:56.
コウさん、他に何か欲しいものはありますか？
Pancakes!
そうだな。
I look around and see a pristine boutique. The area seems to have many places aimed at girls. Just hits me that Rain didn't buy anything for herself. I think of shopping with a woman, it's always the woman that drags the man around,
レ
but
インこそ欲しいものはないのか？
いえ、私は特に。
遠慮はいらないよ。そうだ、いつも世話になってるお礼をしよ
before waiting for her answer, I drag her into the nearby accessory shop.
私は別
う。いやー、さすがに品揃えが違うな、ミッドスパイアは。あれもいいし、これも目移りしちゃうな。
Honestly, I don't know what's good or bad here. All I know is that they're a couple margins more expensive than
さ
outside.
あ、レイン、店に入ろう。いや、もちろん俺が見立ててもいい。
いえ、お気持ちは。
I give up and walk away from the shop. I'm a bit down, and Rain gives me a consoling smile.
本当に気持ちただ、綺麗な服や装飾品を買っていただいても、
なくすって。
コウさんは忘れて私たち何度も持ち物を捨て、今もこのままで逃げ出してきましたから。
そうか。言われてみれば、シティでも何度も危ない目に遭っているもんな。
残っているのはこれだけです。
The fuck is that? Rain takes out a pendant and looks at it with a somber expression. What was it, your mother's?
それは？
これだけは肌身離さず持ち歩いてきました。
It's a large silver pendant. It seems a bit too inelegant for a girl like her, but it was her
普通
mother's.
のペンダントじゃないの？
はい、プログラム、電子体アイテムが封入され、
So it has an avatar-related program. When diving into cyberspace, this will not only appear on your avatar as it does in real life, but also fulfill the special function installed to the item.
へえ。どんなギミックが収められているの？
それは内緒です。
She holds the pendant
教
tight.
えてくれないのか？
ええ、それにギミックとは関係なく、これは私にとってとても大切。
大切？
昔好きだった人から。
Oh, did Ko give it to her? Hearing that makes me feel kind of unpleasant. Why though? I mean, she's holding on to a thing given by her loved one to this very day.
ちょっとシュッ。
Those words just slip
ア
out.
クセサリーにしてももっとしな。
Rain deserves something more refined.
とにかくペンダントは間に合っているなら。
I'll just forget this. The person she loved could have been a family member or a friend, or someone who met a tragic end.
すみません。
I don't want to talk about someone who's no longer with us.
謝ることはないよ。